Hello there, I'm Obsidian Lion Mycology and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a relatively uncommon, let's say, issue with growing mushrooms. Everyone who's even relatively new to mushroom growing is familiar with the more common issues that hinder or even stop the growth of your desired strain, such as bacterial or mold contamination, i.e. trichoderma or aspergillus. However, the subject of today's video is something that's a bit more rare, the dreaded Mycogone, i.e. wet bubble. Sometimes this is referred to as Mycogene, but there's a bit of a dispute as to the correct etymology. Now, for those of you who see this perceived contamination and bother to read up on it, it seems like a serious issue. Maybe a black sheep kind of issue that shows up once in a blue moon. From some articles that I've gotten from the first page of Google, this fungal disease is caused by the fungus Mycogone pernicosa and is common, although often not serious. When it develops early in a crop and if not controlled, it can cause considerable crop loss. The most characteristic symptom is the development of distorted masses of mushroom tissue, which are initially white and fluffy, but become brown as they age and decay. Small amber to dark brown drops of liquid develop on the surface of the undifferentiated tissue, especially in conditions of very high relative humidity. It is this wet decay and amber drops on the affected mushroom tissue that gives this disease its common name. Wet bubble is characterized by large and numerous amber drops covering the mass of mushroom tissue. The bubble symptom usually indicates an early and severe infection of the mushroom pin, or even before the pin is visible. The early infection disrupts the growth of the mushroom's tissues, preventing it from developing into differential shapes of the stem and cap. Oh no, this sounds very serious, and it's got the looks to match. It's kind of like some distorted mutation of like Left 4 Dead or The Flood from the early Halo games. But in my experience, this issue is not nearly as endemic as any of those. In fact, much like the cobweb mold, there is a simple yet effective method for mitigating this problem. All you have to do is take a knife and dig a little bit beneath the mutated mass, cut it out, and dispose. And voila! Your contamination is eliminated. See, the thing about Mycogone is that it seems to be an isolated mass, kind of like gangrene of a limb. It didn't affect the entire mycelial mass, at least in my experience, and once I broke off the grains and spawned it to the tub, there were no further bubbles that popped up in the tub on the first or subsequent flushes. Based off of my own anecdotal experience, I am led to believe that rather than a disease, it's simply a genetic mutation or a chronic illness of the mycelium, kind of like elephantitis. If you're feeling salty, treat this issue like it's harmless and amputate and spawn like you're just popping a pimple. You've got nothing to lose.